So from one workshop to another, we're now at P&H Motorcycles here in Crawley because of this, our Triumph Explorer camera bike. Now you might remember in the first segment of Bike World On Tour, we had some Triumph OE panniers fitted. So now we've got somewhere safe to store all our equipment. The next step in turning this into the ultimate adventure touring bike is to look at communication. Now, as you can imagine, when filming a TV show about motorbikes, it's kind of important to have communication between the director and the vehicle in front and the presenter on the motorcycle behind to ensure that we get the best shot. What are you waiting for? Over the years, we've developed a number of kind of natural hand signals to allow the director to tell me what to do on the bike. These will be speed up, it could be this for slow down, and of course then there's the internationally renowned symbol for I've left my indicator on. And nowadays it's not just about rider-to-rider communication, but also allowing you as a rider to communicate with your smartphone or tablet device. The reason being you might want to hear your sat-nav directions, listen to the radio, or even screen and answer phone calls while riding. So we thought we'd best go about sorting ourselves out with a Bluetooth communication set that would suit our specific needs. Now there are a number of popular headsets on the market. One to look out for is the Sena SMH10. That's very popular due to its ease of use, durability, and it's a bit of a bargain. If you ride in a larger group, the Chatterbox XBI2H could be the one for you, as that allows up to 16 riders to be connected at once. But after lots of deliberation, we decided to go with the Interphone F5 XT along with the SMI phone smartphone holder. Now the reason being, we have a few very specific needs. First up is range. Not only are we often out filming all day throughout cities and heavy traffic, but I'm rubbish at following directions and often get lost. Therefore, we need a bigger range as possible, and the Interphone F5 XT has the largest range, 1.3 kilometers between two paired headsets. But what's cool about this as well is the more headsets you add to it, increases the range exponentially. Now that's brilliant if you ride with 3 or 4 people like we often do on a group test. Another really important thing for us is battery life. Obviously we go out riding all day and we're chatting all the time, so we need a device that is not going to run out after a couple of hours. Luckily the F5 XT has the largest battery life out of all of its rivals, and this is because it utilises Bluetooth 3.0, giving you a whopping 11 hours of talk time and 700 hours of standby time, which is very handy in case I forget to switch the unit off at night, but the next morning it will still be working and my boss won't have a go at me. Another great feature this has is text-to-speech. Now, most Bluetooth headsets communicate with you, letting you know which mode they're in and what's going on by a series of beeps, but this is very clever. It'll actually tell you which mode it is in. It'll also screen your calls and tell you who is calling you. Very handy if you want to avoid a certain someone. Mostly my mum. It's also got 8 presets for radio and excellent stereo speakers that give you really good audio quality. But one of my favourite things, and something that is really essential to the filming of Bike World, is this. It actually has a little remote control you can fit on the handlebars, which means when you're riding along, you're not trying to fiddle with the headset on the side of your helmet, which, as you can imagine, can ruin a long shot that might have taken ages to set up. Now obviously one of the key features of the F5 XT is its ability to pair with the smartphone, but if your smartphone is kind of sitting away in your pocket, well, you're losing nearly all of its functionality. So we went with the SMI phone holder because this allows, in this case, our iPhone to not only be on full display, so we're getting all the visual functionality, but even with your gloves on, it allows you to operate the touch screen. Plus, it keeps it completely waterproof, and the SMI phone holder will fit on any set of handlebars. Now when it comes to fitting, it really is a doddle, and trust me, that's coming from me. When it comes to the headset itself, you've got 2 options. You can either attach it with a permanent sticker, or if in our case you might want to change it between helmets, there's a really nice little clamp which just secures with a couple of screws. To put the speakers in the actual helmet itself, you just remove the lining, and most helmet manufacturers nowadays even leave a space specifically for speakers of this type, and then it just comes down to choosing your microphone. If you've got a full face lid, you can get one that just sticks inside, but if you're a bit more of a show-off like our director and want to look a bit more like Madonna during her Vogue era, then you can use one of these microphones that comes out on a wire designed for an open face helmet. Now when it comes to fitting a remote control, it genuinely couldn't be easier. It is just 2 screws that go in the back, and exactly the same on the SMI phone holder as well. Now obviously this setup is designed with our specific needs in mind, and yours will probably be completely different, but don't fret, Interphone do an absolute shed load of official accessories, add-ons and things that allow you to customise and change your setup to how you like it. Price-wise, the Interphone F5 XT will set you back $299 for a pair of Bluetooth headset devices with microphones and everything you need to get started. Plus the SMI phone holder is £44. Now that is at the slightly more higher end of the scale, but for under £350 we have got ourselves a complete communication solution. And over the next few weeks, we're going to be putting it through its paces in some rather ingenious ways to find out just how good it is.